वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. So we were discussing this concept from Gita, from Bhagavad Gita, that renunciation of action and performing action, doing karma without attachment to the fruits of action, or doing karma with detachment is one, and not doing karma, or rather renunciation of karma itself. When we say renunciation of karma, is renunciation of sakama karma, karma with desires. Why? Because if it is renunciation of karma, all the karmas, whatever action we do, then the two times Sri Krishna says that no one can stay even for a moment without karma. That statements will be false in that case. So actually it is not so. It is not that you renounce the karma. No one can renounce karma fully, because in one place Krishna says, even sharira yatra pichate na prasiddhyet akarmani. Without doing karma, no one can even live. The body cannot sustain without doing karma. So why he says about the renunciation of karma? That means renunciation of sakama karma. Renunciation of karma with desire. The karma which binds us, it is not the karma which will bind us, but it is the desires behind the karma that binds us. The less desires we have, the less bondage we will have. Less bondage of karma means less and less zeal to do karma, less and less attachment to the fruits of karma, which is nothing but desires. The very reason behind why we are here in this world, according to our philosophy, is because of our vasana, because of our desires. Same truth was revealed after intense tapasya by Lord Buddha, and he said this, that first accept that there is pain. If there is pain, there is a reason behind the pain. If there is a reason behind the pain, there must be a way to be free from that pain. So the misery in this world, the bondages in this world, is because of our attachment to the things. We have not understood the things of the world. There are two words we use technically: Indriya, Vishaya, senses and the objects of senses. Sense is the tongue or tasting buds of our mouth, and the object of senses will be the food. If eyes are the senses, then what we see around us is the object of eyes. So, these objects around us, object of sight, object of taste, object of hearing, object of touching, object of smelling. 5 types of objects are there around us. And you will find that how much we are attached to all these 5 together. Shankaracharya beautifully writes in Vivekachudamani, by being attached to one of the senses, the animals like elephant because of touch, the deers because of smell, the fish because of taste, are bound and they die because of that. What about a poor human being who is bound by all the 5? We are constantly fall into the trap of these 5 types of objects. We don't need to look at anybody else. We have to look at ourselves. We are attached with the smell and taste and sight and sound and everything. And it is very difficult to be free from that. Why it is difficult? Because you cannot live without that. You cannot completely renounce it. So how to be free? Giving up attachment is a technical way or technical answer for that. Sri Ramakrishna gives a simpler answer. You cannot give up. You are attached to that. You can't live without that. So turn it around. More guriye dao. Turn it towards God. How to turn towards God? When you take food, offer it to God and take. At least spiritual connection comes to the food. Normal food becomes prasad when it becomes with religious sentiment, for spiritual sentiment. You can't stop walking. So when you walk, as if you are doing pradakshina, as if you are going around the temple. There is a nice Bengali song. Monoboli bhojokali ichha hoitor je achare Gurudatta Mahamantra Divanishi japa kore. In that there is a line, Shayane Pranama Gyan. When you lie down, as if you are doing Sastanga pranams to Divine Mother or God. Nidrai koro make dhyan. Your nidra, your sleep, is like meditation on Divine Mother. Ahar koro mone kore ahuti di shamamake. And the food which you take, consider that you are offering it to Divine Mother. Nagar fero mone kore pradakshina shamamake. When you go around the world, think that you are going around the world. It's all in mind. It's all in mind. So Sri Ramakrishna says that you cannot give up. You cannot be free from that. You can't live without that. Can we live without food? Can we live without moving around? Can we live around without the smell and touch and everything? Few objects you can renounce. You can't renounce the very sense of touch. You cannot renounce the sense of smell or taste or hearing, sound. So better is to spiritualize it. Spiritualizing your everyday life is by attaching these ideas that it is not the food, It is food offered to God. That is a concept in Hinduism. This is not sacrament of Christianity. That also is a prasad in one way. But they say the Christ has entered into this food. And then they take the food. That's why your sacrament of wine and bread is the blood and flesh of Jesus Christ. They take. Hindu cannot think of, oh, this is the blood and flesh of Sri Ramakrishna, I will eat. You cannot think of that. So ours is more human side. This is the food which we every day take, sweets and whatever food you are taking, you offer it to God. And you think that God is partaking that. What food he can partake? He take the essence of food. How the essence of food? Question was asked to Holy Mother. When you offer food to Sri Ramakrishna, does he take? You offer 1 kilo sweets in the temple. After puja is over, it doesn't become 950 grams. It remains 1 kilo only. That means God did not take. Holy Mother says, when I offer food, as if the light comes out of his eyes and covers the food and takes back the essence of it. Sri Ramakrishna is not in a gross form around us. He is in a final form. So he can't take gross food, so he takes the fine part of the gross food. What is that? That's why when we offer food, it must be very fresh and hot. Same thing goes when you do the Shraddha. The departed souls, they are not in a gross body to take the food. But they are around that to take the fine part of the food. So when you offer rice, etc., they take the ushma, they take the smell, they take the aroma. That's why the departed soul, Sanskrit name is called Ushmapa. Those who drink the ushma, the vapor, the smell, the aroma, they are not in a gross body to take it as we take. So they are in a finer body to take the fine food. Now you say how the fine food can be separated from the gross food. You give me a flower and you hold the flower for me to smell. When I am smelling the flower, the fragrance which I am taking, inhaling, is the fine part of the flower. The flower, if you keep on the table, it cannot move by itself, but the aroma can go everywhere. In the same way, we have a gross body, Annamaya Kosha. If you are sitting on this chair, suddenly you cannot go to any other chair, you are here only. But a fine body is not contained or bound by space. So they move around just like a fragrance of the flower. And this is still Jivatma. This is not Atma. Atman or Atma is not there. That is another thing. This Jivatma is the final part of ourself. Now you see how the final part. This is my hand. Is this my real hand? No. The real hand is here in the brain. You say how? Medical doctors, there are some terms. There is a term called phantom's hand. For some accident, your hand is chopped off. Or because of something, your hand is operated, amputated. You may still feel, I have so much irritation in my right hand. There is no right hand at all. One doctor told me, he's an orthopedic surgeon. So he told one lady has a tumor, huge tumor here, and there was no way to save her hand, so we had to do the amputation. So we operated her. Next day she is complaining, doctor, there is so much irritation in my palm. There is no hand at all. How the palm can come? So that imaginary hand is called phantom's hand. The mind has yet to accept that the body doesn't have a hand. For the person it is real as if, but there is no hand, physical hand. That's why we call it phantom's hand. Now, this is in the book, but there are certain insects and animals. If you cut their limb, they can grow the limb again. After a few months, the hand comes again. One example of that is the lizard, a simple example. Lizard can drop its tail and the tail grows again. We had one saint in southern India, I'm forgetting the name. He had this power. Any limb is cut, it can grow again. He can grow it again. Anyway, we don't go into that details. What idea is that there is a finer existence of yourself. That hands, pancha gyanendriya, pancha karmendriya, which are inside your brain. I lifted my hand. Who told it to lift? I wanted to lift. How do I lift? How do I lift it? Who says to whom? So real hand is in the brain. Real leg is in the brain. So 5 karmendriyas, 5 gyanendriyas, the mind, the ahankara, I-ness. And this gross body is made of 5 fundamental elements. Prithvi Tattva, Vayu, Agni, Akasha, water. So this fine part, the fine part of these gross elements, 5 karmendriyas, 10, 5 gyanendriyas, 15, chitta or mind, and ahankara, total 17. These 17 fine things joined together is called Jivatma, which travels from one body to another body. This gross body is given by parents, biologically. But the soul which came inside is that 17 articles of this particular jiva who has desires to fulfill and who has karma to exhaust. So he acquires this body, he enters into this body, lives the life, supposed to exhaust the karmas. Instead of that, increases the karma. So a human being never gets liberation because of this cumulative desires. Keep on desiring. Already desires are there, stored in the bank, millions of desires. Okay, out of that we bring 500,000 desires to fulfill in this world. With those desires you got this body. So when you die, you have completed this 500,000. So 500,000 is reduced from your store. But what happens in the lifetime? Another 2 million desires you increase. That is again deposited. It never gets exhausted. So the first simple lesson for your mukti or moksha is to lead desireless life or life with minimum desires. You brought 500,000 desires. If you die with 10 desires less, at least that much profit is there, the 10 you reduce from your huge stock. Instead of that, you came with 500,000, you left with 2 million. So your desires never comes to an end. It's again deposited, again you bring little, take birth, again increase desire. So that's why all spiritual path. Swami Vivekananda started this Karma Yoga. One of philosophical reason is this. You exhaust your karma, but you do work Ishwararpana Buddhya. You say, no, but I do not know how to be free from attachment to the result of karma. Okay? Then offer the karma, offer the result of your karma, fruits of your karma to your God. So it doesn't get attached to you. So Karma Yoga is karma without desire. Karma itself is normal karmas with desire. And Karma Sannyasa is the attachment to the result of your karma you renounce. So Krishna says here, you do karma without detachment or you reduce your karma. Both are helpful to you, whichever way you want to do it. But still, karma sannyasat karma yogo vishishyate. Still he says, I say, that karma yoga is better than giving up the karma. Why? If you do karma with detachment, your life will be a blessing to the world because you are serving the world. Other day I heard in Calcutta somebody started a school, girls' school, but it should be in the ideal of Swamiji and Sri Ramakrishna's teachings. So it is not missions running school, but run by private. But devotees of the mission, or those who are inspired by the teachings of Swamiji. So that lady told that from childhood, whenever, every time the quotations of Swamiji and Sri Ramakrishna we used to hear. When I graduated, a strong sense grew in my mind that what is the meaning of my life if I am not useful to anybody? I must be useful to somebody. She said, I cannot become a nun. I remain the same normal person. But with this ideal of Karma Yoga so that I can serve, then she thought how I can serve better. It is her mind. She thought I will join police. Then I will be able to help. And really she joined police and then helping the women in difficulties. That sense grows to make your life meaningful. For oneself, every living being lives. Then in which way we are special as a human being? A dog can live his life, cat can live his life, the insect can live his life. They don't have a sense of seva. They don't have a sense of sacrifice. Human being has that sense that I will live life, I can't give up. I live my life. But my life will be a sacrifice. So Krishna says, giving up karma, I say Karma Yoga is better than that. Not only it helps to exhaust your karma, but you become a blessing to the society. The sentence that you can become a blessing to the society, one incident came in my mind. We had one great Swami, I have not seen him. He passed away in 1964 or something, I think. He was one of the only one monk, as I hear till now in our history, who was not formally initiated by anybody. No president, vice president, Maharaj ever initiated him. But he initiated many people later on. Was Swami Ashokananda. Ashokananda was in San Francisco. So when he was sent to America, he joined in 1910, 11, 12, like that. Or maybe whatever. So Swami Brahmanji was president. So he came to order and told Swami Brahmanji that please initiate me. I want mantra diksha.